C'est avec beaucoup d'émotion que je prends la parole.
I speak to you while I am overtaken by emotion. If my voice trembles, it is not because I'm intimidated, but because Senghor is in my heart. Since my 5th year in med school, I got a lot of hope from the story of one of my senior colleagues who had lost his parents but had the opportunity to study here. During my shifts in the hospital, I was preparing for the admission contest, and I faced lots of difficulties, but they only made me all the more determined. One day when I was in a public market, I learned that I was accepted and admitted. I cried of joy while speaking with my father on the phone. The little seller actually thought that something bad that had happened to me, but I explained to her the situation, and she said, quote, "I would have loved to have such an opportunity." On the day of my travel, after performing 2 cesarean surgeries in difficult conditions, I took to the airport, and then I was received by someone who carried the sign of Senghor University, and I received a princess treatment, luxurious hotel and dinner. I knew that I arrived at this excellent Francophone university that prepares leaders to serve sustainable development in their countries of origin. And with Senghor, I didn't face the difficulties I knew in different places when I would travel alone and take care of everything on my own. I myself underwent 3 surgeries since my arrival. The university took care of everything, and I didn't need my family to take the decision or to pay the fees. There are at least 150 stories like mine, and thousands of stories over the history of 35 years. Africa and Haiti are replete with potential and talent, and Senghor is the proof to that. And I would... Yes, and I'd like to say that Egypt is the mother of the world, and on behalf or in the name of the dreams that you have helped achieve and the others that you will still help achieve, I would like to say to you the best words I've ever learned. Singela Matundu, Shukran, Grigef, Aksanti Sana, Merci. Thank you, Sarah, and welcome to the mother of the world. Sarah's presence among us today and the hope that she carries were all thanks to the consistent support from Egypt to the host country and our partners, chief among which are France, Canada, and Wallonie, Brussels, and Switzerland, Quebec, the International Organization for the Francophonie, who have all renewed their trust in us one year after another, and they contributed to building this institution and creating its identity. Your Excellencies, the Presidents, this loyalty is part of our history, and it will be part of our future as well. Her role was decisive. She visited the university shortly after taking her office, and she was the one that proposed to President El Sisi the establishment of this new campus that was on the 8th of May 2019 in Cairo. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Madam Louise Mushiwakabu, the Secretary General for the Organization for the Francophonie.
Your Excellency, the President of the Arab Republic of Egypt, Your Excellency, the President of the French Republic, ladies and gentlemen, ministers, Mr. Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Mr. President of the University, Mr. Rector, dear students, teachers, and partners. The inauguration of the new campus of Senghor University is a great moment that we have long awaited, both within the Francophonie and in Egypt. It's the result of a long process, hard work, and patience on the part of all those involved. At the forefront is President Abdel Fattah El Sisi, whom I warmly thank for his vision and commitment, without which we would not be here today. Without which we would not be here today on this magnificent campus in Burj Al Arab. In 2019, during the first meeting I had with Your Excellency, after a few months I took office, you expressed your support for transforming the International Organization of the Francophonie and promised to provide Senghor University with land that would allow it to modernize, double its student body, and become a space of diversity and dialogue, serving development and matching the ambitions of an entire continent. Thank you for doing far more than what you had promised. Thank you because you have really offered more than what I asked for in the international arena. And whenever I meet His Excellency the President, I was following up with him the advancements of the new campus. He was saying all the time, yes, the campus is here, and yes, we are here today. Thank you so much, Mr. President. In a highly turbulent global context and a particularly tense regional environment, this event is much more than a simple celebration. It's a symbol of Egypt's stability at the host of the Senghor University, and the commitment of Egypt to cultural diversity and the influence of French-speaking world. It's a concrete testimony to the vision championed by Leopold Senghor, the founder of our institution. The Francophonie is a space of solidarity, transmission of knowledge, and strengthening of institutional capacities. It's a reminder that investing in education means working for peace and prosperity. For each place had its own identity. In Alexandria in 1989, the first campus of Senghor University was established, supported by Egypt and France. And really, I salute their ongoing commitment, especially from the side of President Macron. On the two sides of the Mediterranean, the international city of the French language in Villers-Cotterêts and Senghor University illustrate the same conviction. Interculturality, sharing, innovation, and creativity can serve as bridges toward a more peaceful world. We will also have the opportunity to discuss this in the 20th Francophonie Summit in Phnom Penh, Cambodia in November, where the theme of the summit will be reinvesting in peace for shared prosperity and lasting stability. Your Excellencies, the Presidents, ladies and gentlemen, it was the first campus in Alexandria, this Mediterranean African cosmopolitan city, home to the ancient library of Alexandria, considered to be the greatest library of the ancient world. Since 2002, the city has hosted the current Bibliotheca Alexandrina, where I'm so honored, Your Excellency President, where I'm honored to be board of directors, and with its 500,000 French language works donated by the National Library of France. This unprecedented historic donation has made it the leading French-speaking reference center in Egypt, Africa, and throughout the whole world, especially the Middle East. It's the fourth largest French language library worldwide. From Alexandria to Burj Al Arab, where we are today, an innovative space that is itself home to other major complexes, the Egypt-Japan University of Science and Technology, where and the University of Science and Technology and the Technological Research City, in addition to our new campus. This makes making this place a vibrant forum serving knowledge and interculturality. Here, every day, intellectual, professional, and human exchange takes place among women and men, united by the French language and by the same thirst for knowledge. This campus is led brilliantly by an experienced and devoted president and by a competent rector fully dedicated to his responsibilities. I had the pleasure to meet both of them. Senghor University owes much to this perfect synergy between the Egyptian-French Deo Hani Hillel and Dr. Thierry Verdel, to the entire team supporting them, and to the member countries of the board of directors, and to all partners. Through the quality and diversity of the education it offers, Senghor University plays an important role on the African and international arena by contributing to the emergence of a cultivated, cultured, modern, digitally equipped generation capable of responding to the challenges of an increasingly unpredictable world. Senghor University holds a special place in my heart, but also within the institutional architecture of the Francophonie. As a direct operator dedicated to training executives for Africa's development, a true instrument of educational diplomacy with its strong network of around 4,000 alumni and a gender parity policy that I greatly welcome. It illustrates the Francophonie's determination to invest in people and in quality as central drivers for the positive and lasting transformation of our societies. Ladies and gentlemen, I reserve my final words for the students of Senghor University. This place belongs to you. It will become what you make out of it. I am confident that you will learn here the very best, that you will invent what is most innovative, and that you will build a brilliant future here. At a time of geopolitical reconfigurations, reference points are fading and decision-making is becoming increasingly complex for both states and citizens. It's in such moments of doubt and instability that journeys like yours make the difference. I urge you to make a difference for your communities and for your countries. Cultivate the values of solidarity, sharing, and inclusion to which we in the Francophonie are deeply attached. Enlighten the world through your education and bring the peace through the teachings of this place of innovation and excellence. Finally, Mr. President, today in this new campus and in your beautiful country, and also we are in a region with many turbulences, so I cannot conclude my speech without re-thanking Your Excellency and re-thanking your country for the positive role you are playing as a mediator as a mediator of lasting peace and finding the solutions needed to de-escalate the tension in the region. Thank you, and I'd like to thank all the people in this region. You are always thinking about the people of your country and the people of the neighboring countries. Thank you, Mr. President.
Merci, Madame la Secrétaire Générale.
Thank you, Madam Secretary General. Without your initiative and without your meeting with His Excellency the President and the President's consistent support, this achievement wouldn't have been accomplished. Before we hear the words of the Presidents of Egypt and France, we'd like to listen to an artist with 73,000 followers on Facebook, and she has a lot of credibility, and we will listen to her for Ilia Onisi Rosonivo. She will recite poetry in Arabic, English, and Malagasy. I am the daughter of Africa and Haiti. I represent the young people of Africa and Haiti. I am the dream of Africa and Haiti. The daughter of Africa and Haiti. I represent the young people of Africa and Haiti. I am the dream of Africa and Haiti. I am the little child from Africa and Haiti, rooted to her land and history, cherishing her culture and memory, honoring her ancestors and their legacy, celebrating her origins without hesitation, and guarding her heritage as the most cherished position. I represent the young people of Africa and Haiti, brilliant like the sun rising on the continent, optimist despite everything, courageous, bold, rising and advancing and taking the initiative. I would like to change the reality to prove that the flame burns still. I represent the dream of Africa and Haiti, the dream of independence, freedom and sovereignty, and also the thirst to rise up and regain national dignity. I carry the traits of a people seeking to liberate itself from its pains and to prove to the world its value despite of its plights. Yes, I am the daughter of Africa and Haiti. I represent the voice of Africa and Haiti. I am the incarnation of the dream of Africa and Haiti. This dream, this hope, this breath sees the light in Senghor University, because Senghor University is the one that we are proud of. It believes in young people and it opens horizons for them. It imparts knowledge and unleashes potential and invests in every talent that Africa bestows on it. And makes every student a promise that will be kept. Senghor University is the source of our pride. It will create men and women equal without discrimination. They give them the tools for innovation and leadership to defend a future that we fashion by our own hands. The Senghor University, the Francophone University, is the beating or the living aspirations of Africa and Haiti. We are brought together by one language, the French language, which is like a golden thread tying our homelands together. And step by step, we no longer dream of the world, but we create it together.
Bravo Olseli. Nous ne rêvons plus le monde.
Well said. We no longer dream of the world, but we build it together. And this is the message of the Senghor University. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is time now to address or to speak to our students. Over the past decades, your predecessors have succeeded in the previous campus, and now you have a more inspirational campus, and we hope that you are at the level of this new campus. Your Excellency President Emmanuel Macron, it is also evident that the Senghor University, it wouldn't have been created probably without the support of our partners, chiefly among which is France. France has stood by us 1 year after another without hesitation or with unwavering support, and despite the challenges, and it has always been to our side. It has supported our new initiatives and the creation of postgraduate and PhD programs and programs for entrepreneurship and other programs. On behalf of the university, the faculty, and everyone in the Senghor University, would like to extend to you our deepest thanks and gratitude for your ongoing support in the past and in the future.
Monsieur le Président, merci.
Mr. President, thank you. We are grateful for the France's support and your support in the past and in the future. Tell me, Hani, since you're an Egyptian, you must be proud of your country today, aren't you? Yes, because just like that, Senghor University was given this great campus, which is an unprecedented gesture in our history. Your Excellency President El Sisi, we are proud to have you as our host today. The great builders do not only lay bricks, but also lay the foundations for works that last for the rest of the future. On behalf of the Senghor University, I'd like to thank you, Mr. President. Your Excellency, President Abdel Fattah El Sisi, President of the Arab Republic of Egypt, as you followed the preparations for the inauguration of the new campus of the Senghor University, you were aware of the importance of this project to strengthen cooperation between Egypt and its international partners, including the African continent, and you've repeatedly confirmed that Egypt is open to the world and to the different cultures, and today you further consolidated its regional stature in supporting development and capacity building of the African continent as you inaugurate this great edifice. Your Excellency, Mr. President, we're now happy to invite you to speak on this on this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, Your Excellency, the President Emmanuel Macron, the President of the French Republic, the Excellencies from Africa, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to welcome you all today, the cradle of civilization and the beacon of knowledge, where Egypt has formed the conscience of the world. Egypt was not only the incubator of knowledge, but it was a fundamental partner in disseminating the knowledge and a bridge for civilization. Our meeting today has a distinguished importance where it comes within the framework of the inauguration of the new campus of Senghor University in Burj Al Arab. It's a turning moment where there are challenges and escalating needs to build efficient international partnerships based on solidarity and integration, especially with the countries of the South. From this perspective, Egypt is praising the important role played by the International Organization of the Francophonie as a multilateral framework to enhance the dialogue and the cultural framework in enhancing the culture and democracy and human rights. Also, it promotes the education for the sustainable development. Egypt was so keen since it joined the cultural institution that has developed now to the International Organization of the Francophonie to work on the objectives of the Francophonie, believing in the importance of partnering with the countries of the North. This role played by Egypt as a strategic point to connect between Africa and Arab world and the Mediterranean countries and the Francophonie. In this regard, I'd like to salute the primary role played by the French Republic to support the Francophone countries and for all the contributions to support its institutions, and on the top comes Senghor University. I'd like to express to His Excellency President Macron the appreciation of Egypt for their keenness to prepare the cadres, and this is through the financial contributions, scholarship programs, and transferring experiences. This would enhance the stability in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, over 3 decades, Senghor University has entrenched its position as an academic institution preparing African youth cadres according to the latest educational systems so that they can be prepared for the development challenges facing the continent, transforming all this to opportunities that can be employed for the aspired development. Senghor University role is not only the academic role, but also it plays a role in capacity capacity building and enhancing the decision-making process in the continent in vital sectors as governance, resource management, sustainable development, including the water and food security and the adaptation of climate change. This makes Senghor University a fundamental institution in promoting the policies of Africa to respond to the challenges. August Assembly, the relationships between Egypt and the African countries is a cornerstone in the external relationships where we exchange respect and we have one destiny. Over the past decades, Egypt was keen to promote all development activities in the continent through capacity building development projects, believing that the prosperity of all African countries is part of the stability and prosperity of Egypt. The decree of establishing the new campus of Senghor University in Burj Al Arab in 2019 reflected the commitment of Egypt to support this educational institution. It shows the belief of Egypt that the investment in the human being is the best way for sustainable development. The Egyptian state has allocated land for this edifice in addition to a financial support, and it has been done in a short time where it added capacity for the students' body of the university. The number of applicants show the confidence that the university has, which proves its pivotal role, and Egypt will continue offering the support to the university, and this is through offering scholarship to the students from Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, the experience of Senghor University is a successful model of international cooperation based on partnership, and it's a practical example for what we can achieve when there is the political will and there is an integration of international efforts. In Egypt, we believe that the future of the African continent is mainly counting on qualifying the African cadres and enhancing the institutional capacities to face the challenges and turn them to real opportunities of prosperity and prosperity. August Assembly, I'd like to thank all the countries, the partners of success for this project, for all the efforts that had been exerted, where we can see the fruit of this cooperation today. Today we are celebrating the fruit of this cooperation. I have a message to the students. You are the real hope of the African continent. What you are learning here, whether science or knowledge, are the tools to build your communities and having better future for our continent. Once again, I'd like to welcome you all in this distinguished edifice, and I hope you the best of luck in your future. Once again, I'd like to thank President Macron for being with us today, and thank you. Peace be upon you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Your Excellency, President Emmanuel Macron of the French Republic, in your previous visit to Egypt and in your speech in Cairo University, you addressed common issues of identity, cultural openness, education, understanding between peoples, and you also committed yourselves to expanding cooperation between Cairo and Paris in the areas of higher education and the exchange of academic experiences and common research. And now with Egypt and its international partners, you are expanding these goals through the opening of this institution, which reflects the commitment of the both countries to education and development in Africa. Mr. President Emmanuel Macron, we now have the pleasure of listening to your remarks.
Monsieur le Président de la République,
Your Excellency President Abdel El Sisi, Your Excellency the Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen, the Secretary General of the International Organization for the Francophonie, my dear Louise, Your Excellencies, the ambassadors, the Director and the Dean of the Senghor University, ladies and gentlemen, dear students, and all protocol observed. My dear friends, I believe that many things have been said about this university and this project, but allow me to share with you some of my convictions. First, I'd like to speak about this important day, and I would like also to speak about this project of the Senghor University. It was born in Dakar Summit in 1989, 35 years ago, and Alexandria hosted the first campus before Your Excellency decided to invest in this university. And I would like to salute Egypt's commitment that allowed for the establishment of this building after an investment of more than 60,000 euros. The number of students have increased, and I think that this is the 20th class is much better than the previous classes, but the idea is that the subsequent classes will even be more numerous. And we committed to going beyond 5,000 students. And this is the goal today, and you clarified this. First, I'd like to say that there is a lot of vitality and good spirits after the words that we've heard. It shows the power of this university with its 17 branches and all of these online trainings. There are thousands of students that attend this university, and thousands before have also done so. They all are the proof of the power of this educational network that extends to the African Union and the ECOWAS and the Economic and Financial Grouping of the West Africa. This will allow for companies and hospitals to host this talent from this university. This is a great project, and as Her Excellency the Secretary General has said, this is a project supported by the International Organization for the Francophonie, which we congratulate. I would like to speak beyond the subject of this important day, and I would like to say why is the Francophonie important in this watershed moment. The Francophonie before everything. The Francophonie is an unprecedented idea. It was born out of the will of 4 leaders after the independence of the African states. They said the French was not the language of the colonizer, and Mr. Senghor and Sihanouk and also took the decision, and Africa said that Africa is ours, and the French language is a loot of war for us and a spoil of war, and the Francophonie is decentralized innovation. It belongs to everyone who decide to adopt it. Writers, artists, and those who inherited the French language, regardless of whether this inheritance is a happy one or an unhappy one. This university actually carries this history that binds us in all continents. The French language binds us. It is not a language that can be summed up in a number of grammatical rules, but it is a language that shows the will to keep going forward. The Francophonie can only be lived through multilingualism. Each of us has their mother tongue, the original country, but the original language, but the French language has become the language that others have adopted, and thanks to the Francophonie, the French language has become sometimes in contradiction with the Wolof and also with the language of Haiti and with the English, and there are different areas of overlap between all of these languages, and this language travels all over the world because all languages do. And I would like to say that the birthplace of the French language is on the basin of the Congo River, not the Seine River, because there are more French speakers there than in France. The Francophonie project is one that you revive is through your education in this university, through the effort that you put into this language. This is a great international enterprise that has decided to turn a history that was sometimes horrifying into something better, that gathers 56 member states with a number of observer organizations, and we have expanded this club last year in La Cotrée summit with the presence of the Secretary General. And I would like here to refer to the importance of multilingualism and how the French language also is receptive of all of these differences. It allows us to start many projects and enterprises, including in artificial intelligence, for instance. Artificial intelligence maintains multilingualism, and it guarantees the continuation of this language, and that we try to make sure that interpreters and translators can do their job in these different languages between Arabic and English and other languages. In addition to the Francophonie, we are in a university, and so I would like to address the professors and the students and to tell all of you the importance that we attach to the Francophonie and to the education institutions like this. It is not in place to impart knowledge merely, but I know that there are students that go on to become doctors and to have also other university degrees. But in an ever complicated world, universities are the institutions that will shape the future. They have the academic freedom that is unfettered or is not subject to any diktats. Last year I was in Cairo University, as you mentioned, and I saw a lot of academic freedom that is advocated for by the professors and students, and there is also the freedom of acquisition of knowledge and of scientific research, and also there is lots of educational advances done by men and women of proven experience. This is a real treasure that enabled humanity to continue to advance and to construct. This is the quest that has always liberated us from obscurantism and from divisions. So in stages of division, and in a stage where some countries say to some universities that you cannot teach the subject to another, like for instance, to gender parity, to the academic freedom is important, and the freedom to acquire and impart knowledge is also important, and it is well kept by Egypt. And it is therefore that we decided as of next year to open new horizons for cooperation between Egypt and France. We decided that this university, which is French and Arabic and Egyptian, will be another addition to 60 other branches, and also French is taught in Egyptian schools. There will also be an Egyptian-French university that embodies our common ambitions, and we are committed to giving momentum to this Egyptian-French cooperation, and to make it like a bridgehead to cooperation between Egypt and Europe. My last word is that you are the solution. You carry the solutions to the problems that we have today. Today, when I look at the geopolitical situation in Ukraine, for instance, Gaza, the West Bank, Lebanon, that we love. Lebanon that is being hit and stricken, and there is also a precarious situation in the Gulf and some friendly countries because of the war in Iran. So we see a lot of challenges that weigh on young generations of men and women. So the solution to many of these scourges is to reunite the regional spaces that have drifted apart, and I believe that Africa and the Mediterranean region can come together in this university. I cannot accept to see that these two spaces, namely the Mediterranean and Africa, living in divisions as we see. Your generation has heard a lot of things about the Mediterranean as a space where tragedies happen, where there is lots of misery and poverty, and there is lots of people who are poor who are trying to cross the Mediterranean. I've also seen the wars that are raging. I just spoke about Lebanon and the problems in the Mediterranean. We are here in Alexandria. This paradise of the Mediterranean and the great dreams of the Mediterranean, a Mediterranean when everything is possible, from Jurel to Yusuf Shaheen and Omar Al-Sharif, and many faces that have roamed this city or dreamt of it. We have a duty to give your generation an opportunity to bring the Mediterranean back, to make it again one unified space. There are many civilizations that converged here on the Mediterranean and that gave much to the world. So it is my deep conviction that this program and the Francophonie and knowledge can all allow us to reunite the Mediterranean again. So, and from Marseille to Alexandria, there is a link. It's not a coincidence that I'm among you here. I'm here with you to open this university. This is a great moment for any leader in any country. And in the 5th of May, we will also open the Mediterranean seasons in Marseille, where there will be lots of scholars and artists from all over the Mediterranean Mediterranean that will come together to speculate on this ambition. Let's cling to this thread, and through science and language and innovation, let us work for a happy and unified Mediterranean. This is a major challenge of this generation. The alliance between Egypt and France is one for peace and stability and prosperity, and we would like the French language to be the language of choice for Egyptian men and women. We will continue to work. The Arabic actually is the second most spoken language in France, so the Mediterranean is united behind this multilingualism, and this project will enable us to advance these goals. This university hosts a diversity of students and faculty members, and this shows that the Francophonie is also a factor that for growth and advancement of the African continent. Many have said that France only cares about Francophone countries, but we will prove otherwise. In 2 days, we will meet what used to be called the France-Africa Summit, but it will be held in Nairobi. And sorry, Madam Secretary General, we called it Africa Forward. And this is a sign that says an indication that Africa is a continent of many languages: English, French, Portuguese, and many other languages. We know that there are many others as well, but what is special about the French language in Africa is that it enables interactions and exchanges and innovation between countries, and sometimes within the same country. There are sometimes some languages that are adjacent, but they do not communicate. The Francophonie allows the French language to play a role to reunify the African continent, because the French language enables travel between this language, joins arms with Arabic and English and Wolof and other languages. The French language is the language of initiative and one that unifies. And thanks to this university, and in the history, some people have seen that the French language has come into this continent thanks to colonization. There are new words that come Antananarivo or Pointe-Noire or other places in Africa, and they keep renewing and developing, and this will help in unifying the African continent. Let Francophonie be an instrument of African unity and innovation. This is our bet, that we bet on young people and to be able to carry the African continent away from divisions and rifts. This is what I wanted to conclude my remarks with. Let this university play its full role, and let the Senghor project be a point of departure of many innovations, and let it be a tool for unification of the Mediterranean and of Africa, and it will allow your generation to face up to the futures, the challenges that it will face. Thank you, Your Excellency, for hosting us.
Merci, monsieur. Merci. Asseyez-vous. Asseyez-vous, s'il vous plaît. infiniment, Votre Excellence, le Président Emmanuel.
Would like to express thanks to the French President Emmanuel Macron and the Egyptian President Abdel Fattah El Sisi. Thank you for your commitment and thank you for the support for this academic project. We'd like to thank everyone who participated in this project. Our goal today is to listen to you and also to listen to the youth benefiting from the French-Egyptian cooperation. The academic cooperation is not exclusive on agreements, but it is based on shared knowledge and shared confidence. Thank you, August Assembly. And now I invite the Excellencies, the President, to visit the new campus of Senghor University. Thank you.